Hey everybody, my name is Beth Moore and I am an independent designer with Chalk Couture. Now I'm here today and I'm having a workshop with a good friend of mine, and I want to thank you, Faye, for allowing me to come into your home. But Faye told me I had to actually do the project before she jumped in and tried anything. So that's what we're going to do first. I'm going to go ahead and do my project, and then after that, these other ladies that are kind of sitting back watching are going to come up to the table, and I'm going to help them along, but they're going to work on their project. So let me grab a piece of wood. I'm trying to get the ugliest piece because I want them to have the pretty pieces of wood. I guess it's going to have to be this one right here. Okay, what I've done, and in our world of Chalk Couture, we have everything from boards to chalkboards to picture frames with the interior that you can paint on. And we'll look in the catalog and let you guys look around in the catalog in just a little bit. But it's like a, I can't call the store's name, but a craft store. And one of the things, so that we get all our business out of the way before we have fun, one of the things that really interested me was the fact that if I joined and became an independent designer, I would get 40% off of everything that I bought. Now, granted, that 40% I've spent sometimes too much, because I mean, I'd see something new and that's 40% off, so I can have that. So I have books and books, and I have transfers hanging up, and we're trying to design a studio there at the house that'll be just for me. And of course Mark pours candles and different things like that, so we'll have us a creative studio. So today we're going to do a two-layered project. We're going to use chalk or paste, and that's interchangeable. So if I say chalk or if I say paste, it's just that. Now this board, it is what they consider a door tag, but they're cute if you like in your kitchen. You can, on your countertop or something like that, you can lay them this way or you can lay them up. You can hang them on the door. But if you're going to put them on the outside, once we put the chalk on the front, then you would have to add something like polyurethane. Spray something down to make sure that because water makes the chalk turn loose. Now, of course, we do inking projects too, and that would be another workshop where we would do some t-shirts or something like that. But, alrighty, we're going to pick out some. Let me get my workspace here. And if any of you have seen my videos, and please do go to Indigo Pearl Company on Facebook and either like or follow us. We're up to 432 people, I think. And I have a VIP group called Crafting at Indigo Pearl Company. But you have to request, but of course if you request it, I'm going to let you in. And that's where I do my little bundles or my little deals. All right, let's see. Let me get everything to the side. One other thing I wanted to talk to you about is when I was working full-time and really never had a whole lot of time to think about anything other than I got to go to work tomorrow and get prepared for tomorrow and those kind of things. But this is a color wheel, and it has allowed me to actually learn how to mix and match colors. Now, I had a daddy that thought if he liked a pair of pants and they were plaid and the shirt was polka dots and that he liked, that it went together. And sometimes you look at the fashion today and yep, it's kind of like that, but it used to embarrass the stuffing out of me when he would do that. And it would always be when we'd go to the beach in some Bermuda shorts or something like that. Alrighty, I'm gonna use a big old they call this buffalo plaid. We've always called it gingham. And you know, when you guys get ready to choose something that you're going to do, we'll choose some sayings or whatever. Now, prep for the wood. This was bare, and I put 3 different colors on this to kind of get a caramel color, because what I wanted, and I try to finish back and front to give you a little bit different in case that you wanted to do another one on the back, or you wanted to have something different on the front. You could have back and front. But after I painted, I sanded. And the sanding is just a little, just light. And then what we did after that is I put a little bit of wax on the board. And the reason why you wax it is because you're trying to protect your transfer, not so much your board, but your transfer. Now, I know you're probably asking yourself, what are these things over here? Well, when you're putting something on a board or glass or anything that you think it's going to stick. Now, if you were to put this checkerboard on a shirt, like a t-shirt, you wouldn't have to fuzz it. But this one, when you put it on a board, you're going to have to fuzz. And what it does, and you want to make sure you get it on that terry cloth, and these little gizmos came from the Dollar Tree. And all you're doing is adding a little bit of a barrier on the back so that you don't just absolutely paint your board or just make it adhere to the board. Okay, now see if I can get these glasses on where it's terrible. I can see at a distance, but I can't see up close. Okay, and what we're going to do, and this actually, you see the size of this, it comes in a big, it's twice the size. But I went ahead and, I've got several different ones of these, and I went ahead and just cut it down so that we could just lay it along the board a lot easier, and it cleans up a lot easier. Okie dokie. Now, we're going to get some of our colors, and we're going to just make some choices. And see, this is the kind of wax that I was talking about. It's like looks like a shoe polish, but you just put it on a old towel and rub it in, and then after it dries for a little bit, then you buff it back off. Now, of course, to do this, you got to have utensils. And I brought everybody one that they can use today. This is a small squeegee, and this is what they call a stir stick. Now, so, you know, when you're picking and choosing colors, you want to think about what's your favorite colors, what's your home decor like. You know, do I want to accent my home decor, or do I want to, a lot of times when you put accent pieces in there, you want it to stand out. And so What I'm going to do this one in is, I believe, let's see. Oh, it's going everywhere. Now I know I brought that. Here it is. This is called Shimmer Crimson. Now at my house, I use a lot of reds. And if anybody knows me very well, you know that I like red is one of my favorite colors. And so what we're going to do with this one is we're going to put the foundation of our design on. And how we have to do it is, you remember with our different inks as well as paste, you want them to have kind of a yogurt consistency. And if by chance it doesn't, this paste, especially with the heat so like it's been, I have to go in sometimes on a daily basis and just kind of instead of watering the garden, I'm watering my paste, putting a little squirt in here. But this is in pretty good condition because it's pretty much like yogurt. And isn't that pretty? It's kind of got a shimmer to it, a little. And what you do is you just take a big old blob and you blob it. And then you just work it down your board. But now there's a trick with your paste that you're going to have to do that if you were inking that you wouldn't have to. And that is, you're going to chalk some and then you're going to pull it up. And then you're going to lay it down real gently. And just as sure as I tell you everything will be all right, this one will look like a hot mess. But generally, it does not cause any problems. It just makes it to where you can get it up. And you want to try to pull your paste evenly and see how it just kind of, I don't know if you guys can see that. If you want to, come on up. See how it just kind of, and then you just kind of put it back. And we're going to do a little bit more. And these transfers sometimes will bubble up a little bit, especially these open screens. And see, the ones with the lines are open. This big old blank one right there is open. The only residual I have from the car accident, guys, is my hand does this. Every now and then, and that's one reason. Wouldn't you hate to see me coming at you with a needle? I wouldn't be able to hold on to it. I know the last time, I was so embarrassed, y'all. The last time I did an IV on a patient, I had to hold my hand to insert it. And I was just humiliated, you know. Okay, here we go again. Let's see. And this always just excites me because it just amazes me. And see, now sometimes, see, we didn't get that little spot right there, but you can go back and you can touch it up. But you have to kind of be careful how you pull it once you've pulled up and pushed it back down. Now this is one of the new colors that came out with the fall launch. And when we go to do some of your granddaughter stuff with the Halloween stuff, I'll pull out some more. I brought the oranges and the golds and the, so I think she'll have a good time doing that. But yeah, when y'all come see me when Metacrest. Come make fun of me, poke at me.
But you be at Metacrest at school?
They I told somebody, I said, Lord sakes, all the retired nurses, Eileen Slocum and Faye Worthen, I mean, everybody I've worked with, I'm like, we're doing crafts. But everybody I've worked with. Yeah, I miss old Boswell Parker, and but I don't miss that time of my life, though.
No, I don't either.
I know you don't. Yeah, that's when I really got to know Faye, was when we was at Boswell Parker. All right, and you know me, if I can't get it on my fingers, I'm not happy. Okay, let's see what we'll come up with. What y'all think?
That's good.
See? Now, what we're gonna do, now this is wet, and of course, you know, like I told you, I did not bring the heat gun. But while I think Mark's gonna, are you gonna knock the camera off until we can set up for them? And then what I'm gonna do, once you guys get there, then we'll all put our things on top. How about that? Here we are back again. We've gotten our first layer on our door tag, or our stand-up tag for the kitchen or whatever, and we've got a couple of little spots here that are kind of sticky. But Faye's nice enough to me that she's going to try to find me a hair dryer. Oh wow, even a nice big cord. And yes, you can use a hair dryer to dry this. You can use a heat gun, a hair dryer, or whatever you have available. We ready?
Did it come out?
No. Maybe if I know how to work it. I done cut my hair so short that all I do is fluff it up with my hands and go. Now these little items like this is really fun to do, and you know, it's something if you wanted to, there we go, if you wanted to actually make 3 or 4, this one transfer will probably last you, if you treat it right, about 12 times. If you treat it excellent, it might last 20 times. I've got some transfers that I have been using, and to be honest with you, I probably used them in the 30 bracket, because what we do with our candles, we use transfers for me to ink onto the container, and if you do 10 or 12 candles, you're just, what I'm doing is I'm taking well, one like the little Halloween, the small ones. I'm taking these and I'm just repeating, putting them on the containers and stuff. So that's one thing I do with that. Alrighty, now next thing we're gonna do, So, y'all think green? Green? I was thinking about a pretty green, because what would look pretty too, depending upon what color your board would be, there's a harvest gold in there, the different colors, but you don't want it to just blend in, but with the red it'll kind of stick out a little bit. Okay. Now, and remember, anything, even though we've put chalk couture paste on there, we're still you know they have to be inquisitive. It's like when Shaylin was at our house, the first time she actually didn't participate in the video, but the second time she was there, she did. And she yawned like that. She had a big old black hole and she just in the middle of the video, and I'm like, well, Charlie Brown, there you are with that big old black hole. And she just, but she loves to do this stuff. She likes to do these little ones. Okay. Now I have a olive color. See, we have the harvest gold, some brand new blues, and I'm telling you, this one is luscious. I like that red, but red and blues, is that favorite color?
And some reds.
I've gotten to where I like teal too.
Yeah.
That teal color. I went through a phase that everything I wore was black for a while, but and then I don't know, for some reason I've gone back to the different colors and I like it. All right, so now you know you can put your saying pretty much anywhere on the board that you want. And if you were going to, you know, you could actually put it this way too. But since I'm going to use mine kind of standing up, and I'm planning on putting my bow right up in here, I'm going to put my saying down here at the bottom. And of course this is the olive shimmer. And these are, they're all available. Now, you know, I said a while ago that we had to pull up. With this little bitty one, the bigger the transfer, the more pulling up I do. Now this little one, I don't think will give us a bit of problem to get it up. Alrighty. Now there you go. Bless this mess. Now the other thing that, since I've got, here it is, I'm going to go ahead and just put it on. Yeah, Mark brought me the ones that are tore up. Don't you like that kind of bow? Mm-hmm. That's, now I made this bow, but it just slides over. And what I would do, I would probably hit it with a little hot glue so it won't keep sliding. you know, and you just kind of fluff it around and fix it. But it's easy. All right, guys. I guess we'll get cleaned up and get you guys up here.